Hello everyone and welcome to the Week 9 podcast for Administrative Law. In this week's podcast, we're finalising our discussion of jurisdictional error, building on the discussion from Week 7 and also looking at judicial review remedies. Specifically, in the first podcast, we look more closely at narrow jurisdictional error, and in the second podcast, we examine broad jurisdictional error. Both narrow and broad jurisdictional error are important for getting around legislation that contains a privative clause. In the third podcast, we look at remedies. As with other areas of law, it's important to be able to advise your client as to what remedies are possible if they are able to bring a successful judicial review action. The discussion of remedies is our final podcast on the topic of judicial review. And next week, we will look at another avenue of administrative law, merits review. If you have any questions at all about the content in this week's podcast, please don't hesitate to write a question on the Week 9 discussion forum, to email me at a.huggins@qut.edu.au, or to drop by or call me during my consultation hours from 3 to 5 p.m. on Wednesdays. Thank you everyone, and I hope you enjoy this week's podcast.